Hey everybody, Ronan here. Hope you're all well, and I just want to share a technique, a process that I use with clients and in workshops when people ask what's a good leadership book to read, or how do you become a great leader, or who do I need to be to step up and have a great business. I borrowed this from Warren Buffett. I watched a video years ago where Warren Buffett was speaking to a bunch of university students, and they asked him, what advice they would have for them when wanting to, to go next level or something like that. And Warren Buffett said, he gave a great example. He said, look around your class and think about who you think is going to do well in 10 years from now, and ask yourself why. And he thought about it like a stock. He said, imagine, if there's 40 people in your class, it's like 40 potential stocks. And he thought, who would you buy stock in and why? And so I thought this was phenomenal, because very often when you're in school or uni, the people who you think are cool, or who are, who for some reason or another you want to be friends with, very often might not be the ones who do really well in life. And so Warren Buffett said, the people you pick might not be the coolest. They might not be they won't be the bully, they won't be people who are deceitful. They'll probably be people who show real character, and they've got traits and behaviors that you really rate, and they're going to be timeless. So it's a really interesting technique. So the way I adopted, or have adopted it, and I use it with clients, is I say to them, look around. If you're a business owner and you're running a company, look at who you admire and why. Or if you're a leader, look at other leaders that you admire and why. And it don't have to be people that you know really well, really intimately. It could be somebody that you know from afar, you've read their book or their biography or something, and think about why you think they're amazing. And actually write down the answers. If you're a fund manager and you have a view on a stock, you've got to write down your reasons why, your view of the market, and all that kind of stuff, and you got to present it to other people, and they test your hypothesis, etc. So the same thing here. So you might pick, somebody who you have a strong affinity for or towards in leadership or as a business owner, and it could be someone you work with, it could be a former boss, it could be anybody that you really resonate with. And you're taking the view with regard to this person that their stock is going to be worth a lot more 5-10 years from now. Write down the reasons why you think their stock, their worth is going to be worth so much more in the next 5 to 10 years. Write down why, and they're going to be traits or behaviors. Write down what they are, and then cultivate them in yourself. Okay, so you might think, oh, they're innovative, or they're trustworthy, or they're friendly, or they're integral, or whatever it might be. Write that down, and then cultivate that in yourself. How can you be more of whatever it is? How can you be more of whatever the next one is? And build that into your life, build that into your business. Because as I spoke before, to have what you want, you got to do to have what you've never had, you got to do what you've never done. But before you'll do what you've never done, you got to become the person you've never been. And that's what this is about. So it's kind of like finding a way to gel all this together, all these techniques and philosophies and insights from all the videos that I've been putting up on this page. And it's to try and glue it all together, to hang it on a framework, so that you can actually apply it. I also do the shorting version, which is if you short a stock, you think it's going to go down in value, but maybe I'll do that another time. But for now, think about, I was asked when I was in the States, sorry, I'm looking at my watch, I actually have a client coming in 5 minutes. So I was in the States, and a guy, grabbed me and said, what leadership book would you recommend? And I genuinely had trouble giving him an answer, because I didn't know who he was, I didn't know what his aspirations were, I didn't know his values, etc. So what I said to him was, find a biography of somebody you admire and read it, because that's going to have lots of leadership in there that will resonate with you. And I kind of developed this technique, which I call it the Buffett technique, for want of a better word, and also You know, you've got to reference your teachers, and I just call it the Buffett technique, which is that's your leadership book, right? It's the people you would buy stock in that you have an affinity for, and what are the traits and behaviors that would cause you to buy that stock, because those are the things you rate. Those are important things. Cultivate those in yourself. Most profoundly of all is it allows you to generate your unique leadership. So leadership is unique. Anyone who says it isn't, I don't agree with it, because every human being is unique, every journey is unique, and so your type of leadership is unique, and that's why you can't fully copy somebody. But you can model things that you admire in others, and that's just one technique that I found is really useful. So I hope you can use it. I hope it works to help you get to your next level and help you step up. If you want to talk more about this stuff, we're starting our self-leading master's course. It's a group coaching course with me for 4 months. Me on video twice with everybody every month. Content, I'll send content, we'll do work, we'll do exercises, you can do hot seats. If you want to talk about it, no charge. Go to callronan.com, leave your best contact details, I'll call you, and we'll have a chat, and if it works for you, join. If it doesn't, that's okay, we'll still do we'll leave you with some good strategies anyway. So www.callronan.com. There should be a time in the diary. If it's booked out, just email inquiries@palbusinessleadership.com. Let me know what suits. But either way, use this, okay? So hope it works for you, and until next time, all the best.